Hi, Facebook friends. Helen Archontou here, CEO of the YWCA of Northern New Jersey. My pronouns are she, her, hers. And I'm here to ask you the big question. Are you ready for the holidays? No? Yeah, me neither. That's where we're at. It is. And, as I was just chatting with our guest and we were saying how, the world has really opened up and people are out and about with intensity. And I feel like the days are just flying by us. I feel like it was just back to school and now it's time to be thinking about, holiday dinners and preparation. So it's a little overwhelming for us all, I know, but what helps it not be overwhelming is when you hang out with Chef Rama. Chef Rama helps make everything wonderful because it tastes good. She makes it easy and it's healthy and unique. And what's better than that? So with that, we're so happy to have back Chef Rama. Welcome.
Hi, thank you so much, Helen. So excited to be here.
For those of you that don't know, Chef Rama is the owner of Wanna Be Chef. She has been with us before, so happy to have her here with us again. She's a good friend of the YW. We love everything about what she does and how she does it. And, she is just a kind of rock star, woman entrepreneur. She's a rock star chef. And, she always brings us something unique to consider and always makes it feel stress-free and attainable, like something that we can do, which I really love because sometimes when I watch these, cooking shows or look at some of these recipes, I get a little overwhelmed because there seems to be so much skill involved and I'm not a trained chef. So I sometimes feel like I don't have what it needs, but I never feel that when I'm with Chef Rama. I feel like I've got it all inside of me.
Thank you.
So with that, let me tell you a little bit more about Rama. She began her career as a chef with her degree from the Culinary Institute of America, and she was trained at the Institute of Integrative Nutrition and Columbia University's Teachers College, I believe. Fast forward, she also became a mom. She began to see her friends, patrons, and clients relying on drive-throughs and freezer meals to feed their families. And nutritional impact, was obviously falling to the wayside, but the familial, relational, and cultural implications were even more of an issue for Rama as she was watching what was going on. A strong family unit is important to her, and it's core at her Indian culture as well. And she infuses all of that in what she puts into her amazing recipes and her amazing food. She decided to launch Wanna Be Chef to help educate and inspire us to live and eat better. And she focuses on creating delicious, healthy meals that are nutritious, fun for the whole family to enjoy. And if you've been with us before, she involves the whole family. Her kids are always around the table. Her mother is with her. I've even seen her husband do some core taste testing because I do follow everything she does. And you should too. She's on IG. She's on Facebook. There's no reason not to get connected to her Facebook group. Also, there's so much to really get from being connected to Chef Rama. So we have all the links so that you can do that here, but let's get into it.
Thank you. That was like a very, very, very warm welcome. So thank you so much. Thank you.
It's easy. It's easy because honestly, your cooking warms us up. So
thank you.
It's all good. So we're a week away from the biggest eating holidays of the year.
Yeah.
I think it might actually be the marathon of eating holidays.
Yeah,
it's like I know there's a lot of eating at other holidays, but this one is known, right?
Exactly. And I think people really, I think this year more than any other year that I've seen, like you were saying, Helen, the overwhelm is back. But even when it comes to like having people over, maybe people haven't had their family or their friends over in so long. So I think the pressure sometimes is a little bit higher than it should be, but there's no need for that. Okay. Because like we were saying, this year just feels like back to everything, right? It's crazy.
It does, and it feels very, very rushed, right?
Yeah.
Because I honestly, like I said, I feel like we went from like back to school to Halloween, and then
Yeah.
here we are, suddenly
Exactly.
thinking about menus, thinking about like what our tablescape should look like,
Exactly.
thinking about all of these details. So give us some hints.
Yeah,
What
sure.
can we do to help this not feel so rushed or last minute?
Yeah, sure. So usually my co-chef and partner is my mom, Chef Anita, who's my inspiration. And usually we actually do things together because we have a big family. So we're like the nucleus part of the family. So we're like the ones entertaining, everybody together. So it's kind of nice. I want to talk about a couple of things that are really, really easy when it comes to Thanksgiving planning, holiday party planning. It's just not for Thanksgiving, but I want to focus on Thanksgiving right now. One is honestly getting old school notebook and a pen. I know a lot of people don't do that and they do everything on their phone. But sometimes, especially when it comes to food, if you're like me, very visual. Sometimes I'll scribble on, and I don't even know if I have it over here, but I'll scribble on I'll try like really bad drawing. I like draw a turkey, let's say. And all I'll do is I'll just write down like, what does my turkey need? It's like very elementary when it comes to this concept, but it's just going back to the basics. Like, what kind of brine am I doing? If I'm doing a brine, what's my marinade? Writing it down. Same thing with every single dish that I'm making. Very simple. No need to overcomplicate things. No need to get an Excel sheet or Google Doc or anything like that. Paper, notebook. I'm very visual, and it's just all about like writing things down, just getting them on paper. That's it. And then if you want to take a photo of it for your phone, go ahead. But I think, people forget about that. It's like, oh, I have to buy this app to like plan Thanksgiving. You don't need to do that. So just go back to old school.
That's a great reminder, because we do get caught up in technology, I think sometimes, and then that becomes, adds to the overwhelm.
Exactly. Where it's like, oh, the app's not working, and then that becomes your excuse. And I tell so many of my clients, like, just attack this just with a paper and pen. See what you're making, draw it out if you have to. I like to get my family involved and my kids involved. So if my kids are there, drawing something, I think that's amazing. It gets them part of the celebration and part of the planning process, where then, they take ownership and they enjoy and they're hands-on, with it. So I like to kind of make it a conversation with my family. Obviously not last minute, a week before, and just kind of talk about with them, like, hey, what are your favorite things? Did you like this sweet potato with the marshmallows? Did you not? Paper and pen it. They're drawing, we're writing, we're making it a family affair.
And so, folks, if you're looking at your calendar, we are a week out. So This is exactly why we chose to do this now.
Yes.
You can watch this show, you can share it with your friends and family, and then you can start these conversations as early as 11 o'clock this morning, as soon as we're done, and get everybody thinking about it. So how do you obviously you just shared about getting the family involved in putting together the menu.
Right.
So where do you go from there? You have your go-to family recipes. When do you think about integrating something new or different, or how does that all, how should we be thinking about pulling together the menu?
That's a great question. So usually what I like to do is I definitely pick a couple of family favorites that have to be on our table every year. And again, that's all about the conversation that we're having when we're planning the menu, and then I don't know if I'm the right person to ask, because I love new things and I love adventure and I love, trying new things. So usually a good 50% of my menu will be new, will be things that I've never done before or that I've seen in inspiration. Another tip that I have here that will actually kind of, add to this, it's basically choosing your cooking battles. So let's say that you wanted to try, like, I don't know, that you wanted to try a peanut sauce this year with your roasted cauliflower, something really different, you know what I mean? But you don't want to make it. Choose your cooking battles and maybe just buy that sauce, you know what I mean? Instead of making it. So one of the other tips is, salad dressing. If it's not going to really make or break the salad itself, you know what I mean? Like, it's not going to change the flavor. If you want to go buy a store-bought one, then go ahead and do that and make the salad, components at home. So it's like choosing your cooking battles and kind of weighing out, what can you get store-bought? what do you want to make at home? What makes a difference to you? Because for some people, honestly, making, I don't know, I know there's a lot of people who do this, but who buy the stuffing, you know what I mean? Like the big chunks of bread at the store. And there's some people who want to make that. To me, that's not a big needle mover for my stuffing. I would just buy the chunks of bread ready made and not take the time out to like get baguette, cube it out, put it in the oven, dry it out. You know what I mean? So kind of just choosing your battles like anything. And I think that's the same thing with your menu too. If you want to try something new and you're unsure about it, buy it. It's really no big deal. You can buy a couple of things.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for giving us that, allowance to do that, because it does feel like, that this becomes one of those holidays that you have to make everything from scratch. So it's so great to think about kind of integrating existing out there that's easy grab and go with, those special pieces.
Exactly. And I think that depends, right? I think it really depends on if you enjoy, Helen, making, I don't know, the pumpkin pie, like that's your thing, then you should make it. But if you don't enjoy it and it's not going to make or break, you know what I mean, your menu or anyone else, it's like, oh, I'm really looking forward to Helen's pumpkin pie, then just buy it. You know what I mean? So I think it's just giving yourself permission to choosing your cooking battles. Basically how I feel when I raise my teenage daughter, choosing my battles, right?
So that's actually a really good segue to a question that I do have, right? When you are, especially a holiday like this, when you're bringing so many different family members together too, how do you make everybody happy with the menu, right? Because, everyone's head is different.
No, that is right. What we like to do is I have a family WhatsApp group, and I tell people just like kind of touch base with your family before you having them over. Touch base, and just a very simple 3-question thing is, are there any dietary restrictions going on? Is there something that you're not eating right now that I should know about? And last but least is, what are your favorite things? Like, well, what are you craving? What do you love to eat? What's on your mind right now? And usually everybody will say, well, now I don't eat meat. I just eat seafood. And I didn't know that like 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? So it's communication is key. I think communication is key.
That's great. And then I guess that also can help if people, you want to, say who wants to bring what too. So everything, just because you're hosting, right? Everything doesn't have to be on your shoulders. Put a little thought into that, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I love that you said that, because people look at me with 10 heads when I'm like, no, well, you can ask your sister or your brother to bring something. Usually 99.9% of the time, they're so honored to do that because they know like hosting is a big job. You know what I mean? So just kind of asking and choosing those battles. So that's where it comes to me.
I think one of the things that we love about your food is that it not only tastes great, but it always looks so good. And, your presentation, right? And so for those of us who, sometimes we're so focused on like getting the food right, and then all of a sudden when you go to put it out, you're like, oh, I really didn't think about this part. Like, how do I make it look good too? So tell us some tricks about how to make it all look as good as we know it's going to taste thanks to your recipes.
Sure. I love that. So let's say you bought your, I don't know, store-bought pumpkin pie, or let's say you made a beautiful salad. I like to kind of play around with my servingware and go a little untraditional at times. So this is a cake stand, okay? A cake stand. And I just kind of have, many ones around. I will actually use this as a stand for my appetizers instead of just a cake. You know what I mean? So it's kind of playing with the heights, playing with the shapes for your table. Don't think that you just have to use this for a cake. You can use it for appetizers as well. And then what I like to do for planning purposes, my favorite thing a day before Thanksgiving is getting plain old Post-its, write down, let's say it's deviled eggs, and I'll keep this out on my dining table. I'll write down deviled eggs, and I know when I'm really busy and overwhelmed the next day, I know where my deviled eggs are going to go, right here on this cake stand, right? And I do that for everything. Just a little bit of planning that makes a little bit of, makes a difference. Playing with the servingware, taking a second to label it. And then last but not least is having fun with garnishes. I'm going to quickly show you how to cut an orange so it's really fancy looking. And I'm going to show you how to break down a pomegranate without spending, I think it's like $12 when you buy this already cut. So just saying. Okay, so Helen, tell me, can you see me properly? Can you see my cutting board well?
I can totally see what's in front of you, and I'm watching closely because
Okay,
I love these tricks.
Good, good. And this is a trick where it makes anything look amazing. These simple garnishes are probably at your home right now. You're not going out to buy them, right? You can practice a couple of days before and you can do this. So for my orange or grapefruit or lemon, we're going to do some segments. You're going to take a sharp knife and cut around the orange, just peeling off the skin. So the trick here is a sharp knife. That's it. So I'm just cutting around the orange and taking out the skin. And you know what you could do with this? So there's no waste. You could save this for your Thanksgiving sangria, your Negroni you're going to drink that day. You know what I mean?
I love that. You watching, Hollis? You watching? We've got our board president, Hollis Thomas, watching, and she's loving all the tips here.
Awesome. Yeah. So after I peel it, right? Don't feel bad about wasting because I showed you what to do with this. It's going to look just like this, right? And now what we're going to do is, this is a little tricky, but you're just going to cut it right in the middle. So now I have half my orange. It looks beautiful. Cut it right down again and then cut it into slices. So now you have these perfect orange segments that you can use to decorate absolutely anything. Look at that. It's beautiful, right? And when you put this on top of your salad, or you put this, you know, on top of your stuffing, it just looks so pretty, right? The color is gorgeous. You took the effort to cut it like this. That's what makes the difference, okay? That's what makes the difference. I'm going to finish up with my orange, and then I'm going to go off to my pomegranate. But look at this bowl. Like, come on, to eat an orange like this, I don't know. That's so
I
fun.
mean, you know, it obviously it just looked so easy to do. I mean, I never would have thought to do that.
Right.
I know how to take notes
people
over
will
there
make
too.
comments over. Yeah, people will say like, "That's really pretty." Oh, what? Those segments are like stunning on top of, you know, whatever, my cherry apple pie. It just looks nice, so then it makes you want to eat it. Okay, so next thing is our pomegranate. Have you ever?
And I love that you're, you know, I love that you're, I mean, I love pomegranate, but it's one of those things that some people are scared of because there's a lot of unknown in there.
Yeah,
when
exactly.
Talk us through that.
Have you ever broken one down, Helen, or cut one before?
I have. I don't know that I've done it in the prettiest way or the right way, but I have, and I know them. But you know, there's. I'm sure you're going to teach me something that is going to make it easier for me.
So there's two ways to do this. So I'm just going to take it and cut it right down in the middle. Okay. And I like doing this. I like having fun with this. First, I like to just kind of use the beauty of the natural fruit and just cut it. Look at this. For your cheese board, and I've done this for cheese boards before, cut it into wedges. So nothing crazy right now, okay? And for a cheese board, all you're going to do is cut it into 4 pieces. I mean, this is so easy. And kind of break them apart like this, like these little chunks, just with your hand. It gets a little juicy, so be careful. Take off a piece of the skin right there. And then put this on your cheese board. Like, that's crazy. And I know it is, but it's one of those conversation starters where it's like, you've got apple, you've got pomegranate, you've got your crackers, and someone can actually take a piece of this and eat it. Just like while they're talking.
I mean, I think one of the things, I mean, the color of pomegranate is so stunning. And so it really is a pop in like any place you put it, for sure.
It really, really is. So that's
not to mention
one
that
way.
It's tasty too.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so good for you. It's so good for you. Yeah. So it's like you're adding those like antioxidants without anyone knowing. Just saying for Thanksgiving. So just chunks like this on your cheese board, or just putting it really anywhere. The other way to kind of get the seeds out is you take a spoon, got half your pomegranate, the other half. I'm gonna make some room here. And all you're gonna do is get a bowl and you're gonna whack. This is all I'm doing. This is where the kids can get involved, okay? You're gonna whack the seeds out. That's all you do. So you kind of break it apart with your hand like this, getting it nice and loose. And then you've got some really, look at this.
I can't believe that. That
You
is,
go,
as I said, it's not pretty when I do it. I enjoy it, but it's not pretty,
yeah.
and I clearly am making it more difficult.
You just kind of break it up with your hands like this. You get it nice and soft, and then I'll keep on going. But it takes a couple minutes. And the fun part is my kids. Again, I bring the family into this when possible. My kids love it. It takes 2 minutes, and all the seeds come right out by smacking with a wooden spoon. That's basically it.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that.
And then again, because this is so pretty, this is so beautiful. This goes on absolutely anything to make it look like you're a fancy trained chef. And now your turkey is jeweled with pomegranate seeds. So yeah.
And like you
Easy
said, and I
peasy.
think that's one of the things that we love about you, Chef Rama, is that not only do you make, tasty foods and beautiful looking foods, but you always make sure that they are super healthy and, filling us with antioxidants, filling us with superfoods, in places that, we wouldn't think. I mean, and there's a prime example. And I'm blown away by how easy that was right now. I see
That
how
was so easy,
well.
right? You just save $10. I'm just saying, if you definitely are kind of, you have a budget going on, these are really easy tricks to make your food look beautiful. And taking a little, really what this took me, Helen, if I smacked it a couple of times at pomegranate, I would have been ready in like 3 minutes. And the orange took me like a minute. And this is very expensive when you buy this.
Of course. And what a great way to balance out the stress of the holidays to get, get that your aggression out and whacking the pomegranate seeds.
That's what I tell people all the time. Yes.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. So I'd be remiss if we leave each other today and not talk about all you do and how people can connect with you, because one of the things that I think is that is part of your magic is you've made your world so accessible to everyone. There's so many ways to get connected to what you do, whether it's learning from you and then making it your own in terms of your own cooking, or whether it's actually buying your pre-made food. I know you're in all kinds of pop-ups. You just did a great one. I saw it at Anthropology.
Yes. Yeah. I did.
And I know that you pop up at Sprinkles and, different places and pizza places. And I because as you know, I'm a fangirl, so I'm always watching. So tell us how to find you and what you do for your business, because as you know, we have so many women entrepreneurs that are always watching close to our guests for, ways to keep their businesses out there and be creative.
Yes. It's constant. But if you love what you do, it never really feels like that, which is a little bit scary at times, because I really do what I love it. I love it. So right now, like Helen said, we do different pop-ups at different places where you can purchase our sauces or samosas or baked goods. We kind of change off the menu there. We're online on Instagram and Facebook at Wannabe Chef. We just started TikTok. Yes, we had to get on the TikTok train. So we're just doing TikTok this month. So you can definitely check us out there. We also have a weekly menu that goes out every Tuesday. So our menu changes. And this is our prepared foods meal delivery service. We deliver all over Bergen County and Lower Rockland County. And you can order and you get your dinner delivered on Monday evenings. You can order up to 1 meal. You can order up to 5 meals. Chef's choice. It's all up to you. And of course, we do a lot of catering as well. So our holiday menu is very dear to us, in my opinion, because it's fun holiday food with a Indian twist to it. So check out that menu as well, which is on the website. Last but not least, something that's very dear and exciting to me, Helen, is my cooking classes are coming back in person. So we have 2 of them coming up on December 1st and December 15th.
So tell us about those, because I know that, during the, kind of lockdown of the pandemic, you kept us all going with all of your virtual cooking classes, which, clearly sitting around a table with you cooking is really is magic for sure. But, no one skipped a beat, because you were able to still give kids, give adults, give everyone their skills and creativity and share in that way. But it's so exciting that you're going to be back in person.
In person.
Tell us about where you're doing it and what we'll be cooking.
So December 1st is our first class coming up. It's a Bollywood holiday apps class. So it's really fun, unique, and explosive appetizers that we're cooking their hands on. It's in a kitchen in Ridgewood. So when you sign up, you get all those details. Our classes are interactive. They include dinner and their BYOB as well. So it's a really fun girls' night out or fun night with your partner. And then the next one is December 15th, and that's a Indian charcuterie class. So think of a cheese board, but an Indian inspired one. So we're doing homemade Indian bread from scratch. We're making paneer, which is an Indian cheese. We're making a couple of other dips and spreads and pickles. And again, I think my favorite part of these classes is, of course, the teaching, but it's the connecting. It's the being together in person with something so intimate like food. So I really hope to see you guys there. I'm super excited about it. And of course, my partner is going to be with me. So that's going to be super fun.
Well, and that's a special treat, seeing how you work together for sure. Got to send her my best, because I always enjoy when she joins you as well.
Thank you.
So how many folks can join for your cooking classes? Because I know people have to rush to sign up because this spot.
Yeah, so we only do 10 spots. So far, the December 1st spot class, I think we have 7 spots left. So I'm sure once I share it today, and I haven't really shared it too much officially, we are going to get pretty filled up. So if you guys want to sign up, feel free to reach out. I mean, Helen, you shared where I am. You can even just DM me and I can send you the form on Instagram or Facebook. But we're going to have such a good time. Such a good time.
Well, we can't wait. And tell us what time it is.
6:30. Yeah,
yep.
6:30. Yeah, 6:30. Again, December 1st and 15th. And my favorite part is a small percentage of our sales goes back to the YWCA.
Well, I was just going to say, and talk about generosity, Chef Rama has always been a big supporter of the YW. She was so kind to reach out to us and tell us that she was, doing these holiday cooking classes and that she wanted the YW to be the beneficiary. So every one of you, what a great way to, have a night out with your friends, learn some great skills, some great apps, and to be able to bring to your own holiday dinner. Everything's going to taste great and be good for you. And at the same time, you'll be empowering women and eliminating racism while you are there. Yeah. So, I mean, how is that not a win-win all over the place? So
it definitely is. It definitely is. I'm
just so grateful.
I'm so excited. And there's no better, no better kind of feel that and theme and just everything about this cooking class and what it's about and, who we're giving back to. It's just, I don't know, I'm just super excited about it. So I really hope to meet some new friends from the YW. And if you guys have any questions, again, Helen said I'm very accessible, which I am.
You absolutely are. And I really do encourage all of you to get connected to, as I said earlier, to Chef Rama on her social media. I know I'm always watching, and, whether it's, a recipe or some of the meals that she's posting, that she's putting out for the week, or her pop-ups, everything just looks so good. And, even if you can't get there, I know that we all have friends and family that are in the area where she does pop up. And I very often send the link or, tag someone and say, oh, you should go check this out, because it is definitely not something to be missed. It's good for your taste buds, good for your body, and, just great all around to meet her energy, her spirit. As they say, that spirit goes into the food and then that goes back into you, right?
Yes, exactly. And people do say, I will say, people do mention they could taste the love. And I'm like, that's not an ingredient that we buy. I will be honest with you.
Yes. Well, and I know anyone watching can feel that and, feel that energy with you. I know I've always felt it when you and your mom are together, especially, as well. And that definitely is a thread that goes right through, to everything that you do. So thank you so much for spending time with us today, Chef Rama.
Thank you.
We can't wait to section our oranges. I can't wait to smack the pomegranate seeds out.
Helen, please take a photo or a mini video for me if you do any of these, or anybody. I would love to see you in action, and I would love to see this as a garnish on your plates.
Folks, you can, I will, and you should too, put this in your stories, hashtag, and then, tag Chef Rama so she can reshare them on her page so she could see you in action. I know I'm going to have my two helping out with that as well. That definitely is I can only imagine how exciting it's going to be for them to do. So, and the dog jumping everywhere to grab.
Oh, I love that video. That's what memories are made of. I'm sorry. That's just like, I'm picturing this right now for you. And I'm like, that is beautiful.
Absolutely. So folks, again, stay connected to Chef Rama. If you can make one of these, 2 cooking classes that she's doing in December, it's a great way to, as I said, get some new recipes, have a great night, and also support the YW because of her generosity and making that connection for us. But either way, just stay connected to her because, it's going to be worth your while to see what she's up to. I know I always enjoy it. And this is the great time of year for her chai. And she always puts that recipe up there. So, mark that one down.
You're observant, Helen. You're very observant.
I'm always watching. Everyone knows that. I sometimes say, don't always comment, but I'm always watching.
I love it.
So everyone have a wonderful day. Enjoy whatever you're doing and, try to bring the love that Chef Rama brings to her cooking and everything you do today. Share this broadcast. You're part of helping the magic of YW TV. Get out there, spread the words about the cooking classes, about Chef Rama and her great skills that you guys could, easily integrate into your holiday season. And we hope that you stay tuned. More YW TV ahead for you. And this weekend, you can join us. We will be together in person for the Teaneck International Film Festival. I know if you were watching us last week, you saw our YW TVs that showcased the films and the events, that are happening for TIFF. The link can be here for you in the comments. On Sunday, November 20th, you can join me and so many other amazing folks that are connected to the films. We will at 2:15 be sponsoring and be part of the event that's showcasing who we are, Chronicles of Racism in America. And then right after that, we'll be, and I'll be on the panel for the talk back with so many people connected to the film for that first piece, which is really important film for everyone to see. Also, after that, we'll be showing 2 short films, Tomorrow and Rosemary McCoy. And I will be hosting that talk back with the folks that created those films. And they are both amazing as well. So join us at the Teaneck International Film Festival. We'll be on Cedar Lane at the theater in person. Grab your popcorn. It's been totally redone with some great seats. And again, that's another place like Chef Rama's classes that you're giving back with a cause. You'll be there. You'll get to see a film, and you're also supporting a film festival, with a social justice mission and organizations like the YWCA of Northern New Jersey. So, and obviously so much more coming. Stay connected to us on social media, and we will see you soon. Have a great day. Bye, Chef.
Bye.